Okay, so the Teton County Coroner's Office has finished their press conference in regard to Gabby's autopsy. And I'm going to tell you guys before we get into this that this is a trigger warning. Um, Not everything was answered, but we'll go through what we had and we'll talk about it more in the live this evening. So, some of the more pressing questions. The cause of death was strangulation. It was not confirmed whether it was manual or with an object. Gabby was not pregnant, and her body had been outside for about 3 to 4 weeks. When asked about why it took so long, the answer was that they were very exact in their examination, plus they had to wait on toxicology. DNA samples were taken along with a full-body CAT scan. John Walsh asked if they could confirm that it was Brian Laundrie and if an arrest warrant with the FBI would be issued. All they said was that law enforcement would have to deal with that. They also did not release whether or not she was found buried or not, and they also did not put an exact date on the death certificate. There were a lot of other questions that they didn't answer, and we can talk about those a little bit later or in a different video. But the other thing that I think is worth mentioning is that the Laundrie's attorney, Steve Bertolino, put out a text pretty much immediately when the press conference ended, reminding people essentially that Brian only has a warrant out for the credit card fraud, but in that text basically did confirm that it was Gabby's card and that he was not yet under suspicion for Gabby's death, but instead he is still just a person of interest. Lastly, although they wouldn't confirm that it was Brian or not, they did say that it was domestic violence. So take that what you will. Now, lastly, we're talking about somebody's life. So anything that is commented below that's not respectful, anything that comes off as disrespectful, rude, harassing, you will be deleted and you will be blocked. We're talking about a person who had her life taken, and her family deserve respect, especially when talking about this topic.